One thing that's been really nice about Godzilla vs. Kong is we've been able to talk about the box office again. It's so nice to talk about this stuff. It really is. And we haven't really been able to do this since, well, everything that happened starting last year. So this has been nice. And it's also nice when it's a movie like this and it's successful. So Godzilla vs. Kong had another really good weekend at the box office, and it's now risen to $385 million worldwide. It's making money too, by the way, because it's broken even. It actually broke even, I think, Friday of last week, or it was projected to this weekend, and it did. Not quite sure if it beat it last week or over this weekend. But either way, that makes the movie a success, especially when you consider, from what I understand, AT&T Warner had to pay Legendary Pictures $120 million just to put that movie on HBO Max. So they're doing quite well. And I'm glad to see this movie doing very well because, as Bill Maher pointed out, which then this went viral over the weekend, he talked about the Oscars and how all the movies that are nominated, they might as well call the Oscars the Debbie Downers because every single movie is depressing. He actually had a really good monologue where he talked about how, like, no wonder Godzilla vs. Kong is killing it at the box office because every single movie that you put out is depressing and preachy. And he kind of destroyed him. I know there's some people mixed on him, but I do like when he talks about stuff like this because he's right. He is right on this. And he called out woke Hollywood and how, you know, they're okay to be preachy, but they don't actually do anything. And they just do it so that they can feel better about themselves. He kind of went scorched earth on him, and it was not nice to see. He's not wrong. Here's what he says right here. So it's no wonder Godzilla vs. Kong killed it at the box office. He said, not Godzilla vs. Kong in his crippling battle with depression. Not that I want to see Godzilla vs. Kong either. Hollywood used to know how to make a movie that was about something, a movie for adults that was also entertaining and not just depressing. There was already a category for that, Best Documentary, important films about the war in Syria or the plight of the hot dog stand owners. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. And I think he gets it on why Godzilla vs. Kong is doing so well. And I've talked about this before. It's doing so well because it doesn't preach at you and there's nothing woke in it. It literally is just a movie about a giant monkey fighting a giant lizard. That's the whole movie. And it's perfect for what people want to see right now. No preaching, no lectures, no depression, just good fun. Now, one thing that's a little worrisome here is Mortal Kombat only made $11 million overseas. According to Deadline here, it's made about $10.7 million, and it's only been in 17 offshore markets. So, I don't know. I hope that movie is good. I want it to be good. But it doesn't look like it's going to bring in the money that Godzilla vs. Kong did. And I don't know if maybe this has something to do with what the director said. Pretty sure I did a video on that, talking about how he was like, well, Johnny Cage, he's just not the guy for right now. And a lot of people have been kind of worried that this movie was going to have some wokeness in it. So maybe people just aren't going to give it a chance because of that stuff leaking out. We'll see. It's still early, but Kong doing good. So it's now the biggest movie since, well, Hollywood shut down. We can go over this a little bit here. Warner Brothers Legendary's Godzilla vs. Kong continues to dominate the global and international box office, now with an estimated $288.3 million offshore for a total of $357.8 million worldwide through Sunday. It will soon cross Tenet globally and overseas. Domestically, it has overtaken Tenet to become the number one grossing movie of the Koof era. Overall, it's bound to turn a profit. The full overseas weekend was $24.1 million, a 66% drop from last Frame's Hollywood play, and in line with a new genre. directed by Adam Wingard. The Monster Mash remains the number 3 picture of 2021, both internationally and globally. It is currently running 7% ahead of Kong Skull Island, 46% over Godzilla King of Monsters, and 99% above Godzilla in like-for-like overseas markets and using today's exchange rates. So, very good to see. A lot of other stuff. Nobody is kind of disappointing. It's got a 37% drop, taking in 2.37 million in 12 markets. And I do like to point out that Nobody was probably that movie's biggest competitor, and it didn't do well. Shin Evangelion has grossed 7.43 billion yen. That's 67 million through Sunday in Japan to become the biggest of the franchise. IMAX added a further 425K this weekend, taking the total to 7.7 million. And I can't wait to see the final Evangelion rebuild. Who knows when that's coming over here to the States, though. It's probably going to be a minute, but at least it's done. The waiting is over. If you're like me, you've been waiting 14 years for this series to end. Anyway, that's kind of the big story today with this. I'm glad this movie's kicking ass, and it's proving the point. Like, people just want to be entertained. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.